Hi y'all, it is February 23rd. It's Monday. So I pray everything is well with y'all today. So I came on here today to talk about building a foundation or restoring a foundation. Alexa, stop. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this because I've been talking about family all week. I've been praying about family. I've been thinking about family. I've been talking about family. I have some family concerns. I've been talking to other people about families. And the reason why I said this is talking about building a foundation, starting a foundation, or restoring a foundation. So you do know that in order to have a good foundation, in order to have a good relationship, you have to have a good foundation. And here are some few things that I read about foundations with a house. A foundation, when a foundation is not good, it has severe structural failure, unsettling wall cracks, sticking doors, windows, or potential collapse. In order to fix the house foundation, you have to find out the root cause. That's the same thing with a relationship. When you have fragmented pieces in your relationship, you have to find out the root cause. So it says you have to identify the root cause of the foundation for the house. The examples are moisture, soil settling, and cracks. And in order to fix these cracks, you have to fix the cracks with epoxy, hydraulic cement, sink settling, steel or concrete piers driven deep into the soil to provide stability, an uneven floor, sand, cement, and water injected under concrete to fill the voids, wall reinforcement, carbon fiber straps or steel beams installed against foundations. And the reason why I compared restoring a foundation, rebuilding a foundation, or having a good foundation to a house, because it's some of the same things. First, you have to identify the root. So this is what I'm often seeing with relationships, whether it's family, husband and wife, friendships. We have to identify the root. And so that's what I've been thinking about and praying about, especially with my family, is identifying the root. Identifying what is the thing. Identifying, does this other person have trauma? Do the other person deal with unforgiveness? Does this other person deal with rejection? Does this person just have a spirit where the spirit won't let them hear when people are trying to tell them things? Does this person get offended easily? So that's one thing that God is just sitting me back and think and realize, some things that I have to work on. And I'm in the process of rebuilding foundation with family members. And I just wanted everybody on here to know that in order to rebuild that foundation, we have to identify the root. We can't just think, oh, it's not me, it's them. Oh, it's them, because no, we take part in it too. So we definitely first need to identify where the rocky foundation started, or what is the rocky foundation. And another thing that also keeps foundations faulty is some people want to have control and be manipulative over others, and that's not going to work in healing a relationship. You cannot control grown people. You cannot rule grown people. You have nothing to do with a grown person and their decisions. You can pray for them. You can give them wise, godly counsel, but you cannot tell a grown person what to do. So in order to rebuild that foundation, our parties involved have to be willing participants to get in there to work, to start to rebuild the foundation, to lay the layers of the foundation and put them in place, which means identifying the cause, seeing where you're wrong, seeing where they're wrong. Like me, I have been taking communication classes over the last few weeks. It's been a pause right now, but I've been taking those classes so I can work better on my communication skills and my listening skills. So everybody has to be willing to work on their inner self. Start with the man in the mirror. You can't just be like, oh, it's them, it's them, it's them. No, in order to repair the foundation, identify the root cause, whether it's you and your son, you and your daughter, you and your husband. I always go back to the root cause. One thing they said just now about repairing the foundation or restoring the foundation with a house, you have to go to the root cause. You have to identify the root cause. So if you want to repair foundations, go to the root cause, accept areas that you might not want to see where you have been wrong. Like sometimes with me, I like to joke a lot, so it offends my daughter. Why? I don't know, but it does. So, and I'm a comical person. So sometimes I've cut people off in conversation. Some people get offended with that. So I'm consistently working on myself to repair relationships that I have with family, with friends, or whomever, with strangers, with people in person, because it just makes you be a better person. And all of this stuff sometimes is rooted in rejection and abandonment and hurt and pain, you know. So we have to take accountability for the rocky foundations that we have. You cannot have a long-lasting relationship with your parents, with your mother, with your spouse, with your children, with your friends, if the foundation is rocky. I know that to be true because I'm steady working on my foundation. We have to identify where we're wrong, identify where they're wrong. We're going to have difference in opinions. And one thing I realized when it comes to family and friends, we have to agree to disagree. So if you want to restore the foundation and restore the relationship, start afresh. I know someone right now, I'm not going to say names, they have a rocky relationship with someone in their family. Okay. I suggest that they go back, that instead of them trying to keep talking about the past, I think they should start afresh. They should start new. Start new, get to know one another, start doing things together, start talking. Maybe they can take therapy together. Maybe they can do trauma activities together. Just, I think that they both should do things like even take inner child healing classes or courses. They should work on doing Bible study together. I just think both of them need to take part in healing each other so they can rebuild and repair their foundation or start that new foundation, because they never had a good foundation. It was rocky from the start, but I do believe that they can build a foundation. So y'all, as I said, this is about rebuilding foundations or restoring foundations or starting a new foundation. And that is what I'm in the process of doing, continuing to start and build better foundations for me, my family, and my friends, and those who I'm around and I love. And by all means, if you have past trauma, past abuse, past hurt, past pain, past rejection, if you've been bullied, if you've been raped, if you've been molested, if you've been what is it called? Oh, if you've had negative words spoken over you, you need to start with yourself and also tell the other person they need to get healing too. Y'all need to take this healing journey together and begin to restore the foundation and rebuild it. We can't go back in the past. We can't go back to what we did, to what happened back then. We can't go back to mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, uncle. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. We have to start now and rebuild now. That's gone. 1994 is gone. 2003 is gone. 2010 is gone. We have to start now in 2026 and rebuild this foundation. We gotta I ain't saying let it go. If you was molested, you might not want to be around your molester, but you still have to forgive them. If you was raped, you might not want to be around your rapist, but you still have to forgive them. But this other petty stuff, we have to move forward in our healing and restore that foundation. Start the building blocks. It's like block on block, block on block, brick on brick, layer brick by brick. That's how they do a home. So that's why I said it's rebuilding. Stop talking about dwelling on what happened back then. Not back then, not coming back. Let's restore this foundation now. Let's restore this foundation now and move forward. If you can't restore the foundation, then y'all need to go no contact until y'all can heal. If you cannot store and rebuild it brick by brick, you might have to start afresh. I'm going to give y'all a few scriptures on building foundations in the Bible. Okay, let me see. Isaiah 48:13. Yes, my hand has laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand has spread out the heavens. When I call to them, they stand up together. Hebrews 4:3. For we who have believed do enter into that rest, even as he has said, as I swore in my wrath, they will not enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. Hebrews 1:10. And you laid in the beginning, laid the foundation of the heavens, or the works of your hands. Haggai 2:18. Consider please from this day and backward, from the 24th day of the 9th month, since the day that the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid, consider it. So I gave y'all 4 scriptures, and y'all can go and search more scriptures about foundations. But you know, nothing works without a foundation, because if you don't have a good foundation, guess what's going to happen? Everything's going to fall apart. It's going to break down. It's going to collapse. So as I said, this is about rebuilding or restoring foundations, or building a new foundation. So if you don't have a good foundation, whoever it is that you may talk to or be in a relationship with, you can choose to restore it or rebuild it or start a new one. And if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to do the work, y'all are going to have to go no contact, because the foundation is going to keep falling, it's going to collapse, and it's going to be a disaster. So decide today if you're going to rebuild or restore your foundation or build a new foundation. Both parties have to be willing to start afresh and start new. Don't go back to 2025. Move forward if you want to build or restore a foundation.